Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we are going to take a look at another of these Dazmers Toys figures, another of their newest releases. They have 3 new releases out, which are a Carnotaurus. We have recently looked at that. Now we have this Spinosaurus, and then there's also a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which will be up for review very soon. But you can see that this Spinosaurus is very, very cool looking. Ever since I had seen the initial prototype images, I was really intrigued in getting a hold of this figure because I felt the Spinosaurus just looks so flashy and so really cool looking and very unique that I just absolutely knew I needed to have it in my collection and review it for you guys. Again, it looks extremely, extremely cool here in person. Very different than most Spinosaurus figures go, and that kind of seems to be the theme of things when it comes to Dazmers Toys. They make really nice, high-quality looking figures, but they are a little bit more of like their own unique look, and I feel like that's again what we see here with this Spinosaurus. Really cool that it's actually a bipedal Spinosaurus as well. It's not quadrupedal, even though it looks kind of like it is, but you can see that it's just sort of leaning down, and that's actually the hands just holding itself there for support while it leans down, and it's not actually a quadrupedal version of a Spinosaurus. But again, super, super cool, very unique looking Spinosaurus here from Dazmers Toys. So let's go ahead and get a closer look at it right now. So starting up here at the head sculpt of the Spinosaurus, this area looks so cool to me and really, really nicely painted. I love that there's like darker variations of green, lighter greens, there's browns, even darker browns, just a lot of paint variation included on the figure, and that's one of the, I think, most impressive aspects about these Dazmers Toys figures is how much paint they actually include on their figures. They usually do a great job of painting out their figures and really adding in lots of different areas of skin tone, like right here in the eye socket area and right down here. You could just see like a lot of different paint variation as far as tones of color used, and it really, really looks beautiful. You can see the eye is painted with a white and then a yellow and then a black pupil, so that looks really cool as well. Inside the mouth, you can see that the teeth are sculpted quite nicely, and they're also painted quite nicely. You can see a nice gloss coat in there as well. You can see that they start as a brown and then transition to a white coloration. A really nice, very realistic look, I think, for the teeth. So that looks super, super nice. You can also see the skin flap on the inside of the mouth is nicely detailed right there, painted with like a pinkish coloration, as is the inside of the mouth. You can see the tongue in there. It's a little hard to really get in there too far and keep light in there because it's kind of dark looking in there, but it looks really nice. You can see the tongue is sculpted actually like sticking up a little bit right there. You do have the hook in the jaw, that trademark Spinosaurus hook in the jaw. Really nice scaling out here on the snout as well. Really, really like that. Nice detailing to the lower jaw. You've got really nice fine scaling down here, and it's again a few different variations of greens, and I love the tones of green they've used on the figure. I think they are really nice, very natural tones of green. I always really like green on Spinosaurus because I feel like with the eating habits of a Spinosaurus, green coloration is like that perfect color for a Spinosaurus to really blend in with its background and not allow things like fish and everything to see it kind of coming. So I really feel like green is a great choice on the part of any Spinosaurus. You can see the crest up here, up above the head, the nostril as well. Moving back here into the neck, it starts to pick up kind of like an armored type of a look to the upper side. You have some nice ridges right here on the back of the head, as well as like a nice row of like even more so elaborated kind of an armored area, kind of like scoots that run down the neck right there, a few osteoderms as well. Really beautiful skin texture as we move down, lots of creasing going on in the skin. You can see the throat here of the Spinosaurus as well. And look, even here on the underside, like just random areas they've included paint that you normally wouldn't even notice unless you're looking for it, but you can see like some reddish browns and everything right here. And super, super cool paint scheme and paint job on the part of Dazmers Toys. Again, the armored area up here is blackish, it looks like, and then nicely elaborated with a dry brushing of like a white or a gray, and it looks really, really cool the way they've done that. Nice black stripes that run down the neck as well. As we get down here into the shoulder area, you can see some creasing going on in the skin both there and behind the arm, as we can kind of see the skin playing off of the movement of the arm. Lots of osteoderms again all over the dinosaur. You could see some fairly nice musculature here in the arm as we move down. Some more kind of ridges on the back of the arm. You can see some more really nice scale detail here on the fingers. That trademark Spinosaurus claw is sticking up, painted with a blackish coloration, nicely glossed, and looks really, really nice overall. Coming back up into the body, you can see some more really nice detailing here in the stomach region as far as that skin texture goes. Some more really nice paint, and I love the way the paint's been applied. It looks very nice and very natural overall. You can kind of see some of the skin stretching off of the body right there as this leg is pulling back. Some more beautiful detail up here as far as that armored-like appearance, and the way they've applied that nice dry brushing really makes that detail pop. Up here on the sail, you can see they've done the same thing with all of the lines of the kind of sail that come out from the back there, that bone structure, and you can see how really cool that looks, the way they've elaborated it with that nice dry brushing. And I feel like the sail is painted beautifully with those nice light greens and then that kind of reddish coloration that comes out and runs along the sail, and you can see it's bordered with a darker coloration, all nicely dry brushed. Really, really well done as far as the paintwork on this Spinosaurus goes, but the sculpt as well. I love that the sail is kind of wavy. It just looks so cool, and definitely a really beautiful looking Spinosaurus from Dazmers Toys. Coming back here into the hip, you can see the hip bone elaborated a little bit there, some more of that armored type of a look to the back. Coming down here, we have some nice muscle tone, again some more variation of color, but coming back up into the tail, again really nice skin creasing going on right there behind the thigh right there in the tail, and then we run out the course of the tail. Really beautiful skin texture as we move out the tail, really nice armored appearance. You have some very large ridges now that pick up back here that run out the entire length of the tail. You have a nice curve to the tail, and overall this Spinosaurus is awesome. I am so psyched to have this figure here. Again, not everybody's cup of tea probably, because if you like yourself some accurate Spinosaurus, we already know that the tail here is not exactly the way that the Spinosaurus tail looks, or at least we believe that currently. So the figure is a little bit outdated already, which is unfortunate because Spinosaurus is consistently being updated and always outdated by the time anybody gets a figure out, it seems. But this version of Spinosaurus is incredibly cool looking and incredibly flashy. I am 100% in love with this figure. Looking over here at this side of the head, again, this side looks really cool. Beautiful paint application, beautiful sculpt over here as well. Really, really nicely done. No sloppiness, it seems, as far as the paint for the most part that I can see. As we move down here, we get those ridges up here on the back of the head again. Some more osteoderms, that beautiful green coloration with those nice, very striking stripes that run down along the neck. You can see over here the arm is in a little bit of a different position than what we had seen on the opposing side. You have some more of that like armored area, some nice muscle tone, and some more ridges here on the back of the arm with a few like stripes and everything showing up here and there. You also have that very trademark Spinosaurus claw over here, really nicely sculpted fingers, beautifully painted nails, no sloppiness as far as that goes as well. And even on the underside, you can see again lots of really nice variation of color, like it's a mixture of like a creamy color and then like an orangish brown all over the place. Really cool the way they've done that. You can actually also make out the cloaca, it appears, as well. Coming back up here again, more really nice skin folding, skin detail, beautiful stomach detail here as far as that skin texture. You can see the Spinosaurus does have some nice girth in the stomach, so it's nice and healthy. You have some osteoderms picking up here and there. Very nice armored appearance with that really beautiful dry brushing. And again, the sail over here on this side looks phenomenal as far as both sculpt and paint goes. I really love the way they've painted this. Honestly, it just looks so incredibly nice. And then over here, this leg is much more forward than what we see over there. So you can see the hip bone a little bit there. You can see the skin stretching off of the tail quite nicely. Beautiful creases here in the back of the knee. Lots of really nicely defined musculature on this side of the leg. And you can get a better idea of what the foot sculpt looks like over here. Beautiful scoots down the toes. Nicely painted nails, again given a gloss coat so they shine quite realistically. I love that there's like these random ridges that show up. You have them on the arms, you have them on the feet. It just looks super cool. But again, really nice looking as we lead out the length of the tail. Some more osteoderms pick up, and then the tail looks gorgeous the entire way out. All of the paint is so nicely applied. Really nice transitions between colors as well. It all really looks very natural on the figure and not like paint on a figure. It really generally looks like body color. So this Spinosaurus, as far as I'm concerned, is a 110% win. As far as a size goes, this figure is pretty darn big. So to try to get an accurate length from the snout to the tail, it's going to be about 19.5 inches or about 49.5. centimeters. So a very long figure for a height. To the sail here, you're going to see the highest point of the sail at about 6.5 inches, or around 16.5 centimeters, closing in a 7 centimeter area. And then for the head, if we go over to the head, you are seeing it at about 5 inches, or about 12.5 centimeters, maybe close to 13. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Colovosaurus, and Robert Muldoon next to our gigantic Dazmers Toys Spinosaurus, and you can definitely see next to these figures, again, what I was talking about when I stated that it has some significant size to it. It is a really nicely sized, very large Spinosaurus figure. So adding on to the unbelievably impressive look is the fact that it is quite large overall. So this Dazmers Toys Spinosaurus is another extremely cool release from them. This is the third dinosaur figure that I now have from Dazmers Toys, and each and every one so far has been fantastic. Again, they do have a little bit of an exaggerated look to them at times. They don't look exactly scientifically accurate, but I really like their appearance. They have a very Dazmers Toys type of a look. It just kind of has that trademark feel to a Dazmers Toys figure, and I really like it overall. It's a very cool looking figure, and I love how much work they put into their figures. I actually speak to the man from Dazmers Toys Instagram account from time to time, and he really genuinely shows a lot of care about their products and really wants what is best for the customer. And to have a really good high quality figure, it's actually taken quite some time for them to get these figures released, because of the fact that they were so intent on giving us the best possible product. They weren't happy with a few of the samples they had received, so it took some time for them to actually get these figures out. I think the sculpt, of course, not looking exactly accurate, looking a little bit more exaggerated, but is really nice looking, very cool looking version of a Spinosaurus. Beautiful sculpt as far as the fine detail goes. There is a lot of detail included within this Spinosaurus. To say it is jam-packed with detail is definitely a good way to put it. And all of it has been beautifully brought out with the really nice paint job that Dazmers Toys has applied to it. I really feel like they've done a great job of adding in so many different tones of color to give it a very realistic and lifelike appearance. But then areas like the kind of armored area, they've dry brushed nicely, bringing that detail out beautifully as well. Even up on the sail, the way they've kind of dry brushed certain areas of the sail just gives it such an incredibly flashy look. I can honestly say that I think the paint scheme and paint application is just picture perfect, and overall really beautiful paint scheme for the Spinosaurus, and all of the paint is applied in really nice natural fashion, so it doesn't look like paint on a figure. It really does look like the body color of this animal, as well as the tones, I think, of color used. I really feel like are picture perfect for a Spinosaurus, and another really good addition to the figure, because it's exactly what I think would work well for a Spinosaurus and its eating habits, the way it could camouflage within the brush to kind of get a hold of some fish. It's really well done in every pretty much aspect of the figure that I can think of. And then it also actually has that kind of like soft squishy feel like all of the Dazmers Toys figures do. So again, that is something that is good if you're buying this for your children. You're not going to hurt anyone by the kids getting a little bit of rough play with them. But at the same time, if you're a collector like me, they are 100% awesome figures, and I highly recommend anybody interested in picking up any of the Dazmers Toys figures that have released so far. So if you are interested in picking up any of these figures, I actually have a great deal for you, because Dazmers Toys was extremely kind and gave me a discount code for you all. However, the discount code only works on their website, and it ends within the next few days. It's only good for a week, and I've had about 2 days probably with it already. I posted this in the community section, and I also posted it on my Instagram account to let you guys know that the code was available. But it would save you 20% off on any purchase of the Dazmers Toys dinosaur figures on their website. So you just have to enter the code Andy20 when you are checking out, and you will get a 20% off discount of your dinosaur figure. And again, the Tyrannosaurus review will be up within the next few days, so make sure you get a hold of these figures. Trust me, you'll want that Rex, because the Rex is awesome. But make sure you use that code, get yourself some awesome Dazmers Toys dinosaur figures, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.